Hi everyone, Missy from HR here. So I want to talk about diversity and inclusion, and I want to only tap on these topics because I don't like it when they're put together. They're two different topics and they really need to be able to stand on their own. But I want to kind of cover what they are, and then in a follow-up video, go ahead and segment them out. So diversity, of course, is making sure that you have diverse teams. It's beyond looking at ethnicity and race and age and gender, though. Those things are important, and it is very important that you have a mix of those types of things, legally even sometimes. But it's more than that. It's making sure that, even if you have in front of you, two middle-aged white guys, making sure that they didn't come from the same exact schooling or degrees or, career path, companies, what have you, making sure that those two middle-aged white guys have two very different backgrounds and things to offer. So that diversity can be, even in the way that you approach a problem, right? It could be the fact that one's an introvert and one's an extrovert. It could be that one is, project-based and one is more administrative. I'm just trying to throw out differences here, but diversity needs to be looked at like it's something much bigger than just the important pieces of age and gender and race and things like that. So think diversity plus, we'll put it that way. Then on the other side, we have inclusion. And the point of inclusion is to make sure that, of course, that not only are you diverse, but that once you have a diverse team, that you are actually including that diversity so that it's not going to waste. So it's not just about making sure that you have, good representation of the different races and genders on your team. It's about making sure that you're pulling all those varied backgrounds and talents and being able to use them for the good of your organization. And again, it's more than just those things I mentioned. It's even just on your team. And let's say your team is nothing but millennial females. Well, first of all, it's how do I want to say this? It's just making sure that everyone is included, because if you have people on your team, you want them to participate and you need them to participate because they each have skills and knowledge and ability and experiences and ideas that are different, or they may be the person that says something that makes somebody else think of something different that spurs on innovation, for example. So everyone's participation and inclusion in that is what makes it so key. And organizations that do this well, they're tearing it up when it comes to the bottom line. They're just doing so well because they're pulling on all of that skill. And that really is important. So that's a very high level of why diversity and inclusion is important. And I will break that apart at a later date and really do a deeper dive on diversity on its own and then inclusion on its own. But again, it's one of those things where when it comes to introverts, or even if someone's not an introvert, but they're just maybe shy or lack confidence, or they just don't do well in certain situations, as a manager, your best move is to help them find their voice and pointedly get them to be included. Set the model of, hey, Tom, what do you think? And then your managers will do the same and your employees will start to do the same. Make that environment and that culture of inclusion a standard. Thanks.